Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can integrate MediaPipe phase detection for your Godot game engine, especially for this video is specifically for Android using Android plugin. So yeah, let's get started. Also if possible, if you like me to make other videos for MediaPipe as well, so if I just show you the documentation quickly, you can do image embedding, hand landmark, gesture, interactive image segmentation, image classification, object detection, face landmark, pose detection, holistic landmark. So if you want to make if you want me to make videos about this, do let me know in the comments, because it feels a little bit demotivating as well, because I don't get a lot of comments on my videos. So yeah, if you guys can leave a comment, that would be really helpful. Anyways, let's come back to our output. So first I'll show you guys the output. So here it is asking me for camera permission, so I'll just give it the camera permission. So it quickly opens my camera, and here you can see it is able to detect my face. Now I know the face is like it is not able to detect my full face. I'm not really sure why. Like I have, this is the same code which I'm using in native Android as well. I don't really understand, but if I move my face a little bit, or if I move my camera as well, here you can see it is able to detect my face. I'm not sure if this is an issue with MediaPipe, or if I am doing something wrong. It is not able to detect my mouth. Maybe it could be related to my Android device as well. I'm using a cheap Android device, but in your case you might be using something called a Pixel or a OnePlus. Maybe you can try on that and do let me know in the comments what kind of results you get. But as you can see, now I have moved my face out of my camera. It's not able to detect, and it does not draw the bounding box as well. And if I bring my face back again, it is able to detect. So yeah, let's get started. So first I'm using Godot 4.5.0 at the time of me recording this video, and by following this particular documentation, okay, I have created one cheat sheet. So instead of following this documentation, I will be following this cheat sheet, so don't get too much confused about this. And the first thing which you need to do is you need to come to this particular documentation over here, scroll down, and you need to download this Blaze Face short range model. Now at the time of me recording, the Blaze Face full range is not available yet. So in case by the time you guys are watching it, if these two are available, this Blaze Face full range or sparse full range, maybe you can try with them as well. Maybe you might get a better output, but at least they are not available by the time of me recording this video. Okay, so yeah, then you just need to go to Android Studio, and you need to create an Android project. So you will just click on create new Android project. You can just select empty activities, click on next, give it some name, select language as Kotlin, keep the minimum SDK as Android API 26, and click on finish. Now it will take a bit of time to do Gradle syncing. I have already created an Android project, so here is my Android project. Once the Gradle syncing is done, you should see this app folder and this Gradle scripts folder. Once you see that, you just have to right click on your app, new, module, Android library, and here you can give it whatever name you feel like. I have given it as my library. Again, select the same minimum SDK, build configuration language is Kotlin, DSL language is Kotlin, and click on finish. As you can see, I have already created this my library. That's why it is not allowing me to create it, but you need to click on finish. Again, it will do some Gradle syncing. That will take a bit of time. Once that is done, you should see my library folder over here. Then you need open Gradle scripts, go to build.gradle.kts of your library, and here you need to add few dependencies. So I'm using Godot 4.5.0. so whatever version of Godot you are using, make sure you add that over here. Then you need to add the camera core dependency, camera 2 dependency, camera lifecycle, camera view, and MediaPipe task vision dependency. Once that is you have done added all this, just click on the sync now button. It will download all the dependencies for you. Then go to my library, go to Kotlin plus Java, and inside this folder you need to create a Kotlin file called Godot Android plugin. So just right click, Kotlin class file, name it as Godot Android plugin. I have already created it, as you can see over here. Same way you need to create two other files, face detector helper as well as overlay view. So face detector helper will contain all the code related to MediaPipe task vision, the boilerplate code you can find in the documentation as well, and overlay view will help us to draw the bounding box. Okay, so first let's go to Godot Android plugin, and these are all the imports. I'll simply scroll through these imports. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports. Then here we have this Godot Android plugin which extends from Godot plugin. We also need to extend lifecycle owner and face detector helper detector listener. Then here I have given the plugin name as my plugin. You can give it whatever name you feel like, but do remember this name because this name will be used in lot other places as well. Then here we have to register our life cycle, the created, started, resume state as well, and here is our life cycle as well. Then here we initialize the preview view, viewfinder, the camera preview. This is the preview, this is the frame layout, this is for overlay view, and this is our camera. Then image capture, I don't really think we require it. Let me just remove that. Yeah, we don't really. Okay, why is this throwing me in? Okay, so we can remove from over here as well. Okay, sorry about that. So let's come back over here. So we get hold of a process camera provider. This is for getting the camera permission. Here is our background executor as well, and here we set some default values for our face detector helper, like the delegate, threshold, face detector helper, and image analyzer. This is for getting the camera permission as well. Okay, and here we are sending the signals. In case if there is any error, I am sending the signal back to Godot side. Okay, then on Godot setup is completed, we just request for camera permission, and once the user grants the camera permission, we call start camera, else we display a toast message saying permission denied. Then inside start camera, once the camera permission is granted, we just initialize our frame layout. Okay, we add it to the content view of the activity. Then we initialize our viewfinder as well. We add our viewfinder to our frame layout. Then we initialize our overlay view as well. We add our overlay view to our frame layout. Then we initialize background executor, and we execute the background executor. We initialize face detector helper inside it, and then we call setup camera. Inside setup camera, we get hold of our process camera provider. We add a listener to this as well. Then we call this bind camera use case, where we define our aspect ratio strategy. Here is our resolution selector. Here is our camera provider. Then we initialize camera selector as well. Then we initialize the preview view. Then we initialize our image analyzer. Okay, so in which we set resolution selector, target rotation, back pressure strategy, output image format, and here we start analyzing whatever we see on our live camera preview. Then we unbind our camera provider. We bind it to the life cycle. We set the surface provider as well. Inside on error, we send the error back to Godot side. And inside on results, whatever results we get, we send it back to our overlay view to draw the bounding box. And inside on main resume, if face detector is initialized and if it is closed, then we call setup face detector. On main pause, we just clear our face detector, and on main desktop we shut down and await termination as well. Here I have created one more method. I am not really using this on Godot side, but if you want to stop the camera, you can use this particular bit of code as well. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Next you need to go to manifest, android manifest.xml. Here you need to add the uses feature of android hardware camera as well as camera permission. You might also, okay, we don't really, okay, anyways, forget it. I think I got confused with this. We don't really require this, so you can remove this. Okay, so you can just keep it something like this as well. Then here we have added this application tag. Now this I have copied it from documentation. Only thing which you need to worry about, this should be your plugin name. In case you forgot, this is your plugin name, so same thing should come over here as well. And this is your package name, so whatever you see over here, first line, so copy that, paste it over here, .godot android plugin, or whatever is your Kotlin class file name. Then let's go to first face detector helper. Now this I have copied it from the MediaPipe GitHub source code. I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and just copy this code. I'm not going to explain it. We are basically doing some MediaPipe face detection setup. One thing which I want to talk about, this model name, in case like I told you, right, if you are using a different model, this full range or sparse full range, you will have to change the model name over here. I'll tell you where exactly you need to place the model as well. So yeah, rest I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video, or you can refer to the GitHub documentation as well if you feel like. Some of this is a redundant code like detect image. We are not really using for detect image or detect video. We are doing it for live camera stream. Now next one is overlay view. So just overlay view over here as well. Okay, once that is done, what you need to do is you need to go to your Godot like Android project. So this is my Android project, right? Go to my library, src main, and here you need to create a folder called assets. Okay, and inside that you need to drag and drop the TensorFlow Lite model which you downloaded from over here, right? By clicking on this, you need to drag and drop it over here. Again, make sure the name matches the one which we have referenced it inside our code, inside phase detector helper, right? So over here, this is very important. Once that is done, you just need to go to project, and here inside my library or whatever your name you have created, you just need to right click new directory, and here you have to name it as export scripts underscore template. As you can see, I have already created it. You need to create two files. So to create a file, just right click new file, and first name it as export underscore plugin.gd, then name it as plugin.cfg. So inside plugin.cfg, again this is the code which I have copied it from documentation. This should be your own plugin name. Change description author to whatever you feel like. Then here we have export underscore plugin.gd. again I have copied this from the documentation. Only thing which you need to change is this should be your plugin name over here, and here inside get android dependency we need to reference all the android dependency which we have added inside our build.gradle file. So that's what I'm referencing over here. Okay, so hopefully you get the point. Camera view over here, camera life cycle, then MediaPipe task vision as well. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Once that is done, you just need to go to your terminal. I'll just stop this, and you need to cd to your android project. So I'll just cd to my android project. So this is my android project, right? I'll just drag and drop it over here. I'll clear everything out, and we need to run this command. So I'll just go to my cheat sheet quickly, and here this is the command which we need to run. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Okay, so this will generate few files for us. I'll talk about that later on. In the meantime, you can just create a project using Godot game engine. And here what I have done, first go to project, click on export, click on add, click on android, and I have already added android, so I don't want to add it again, so I'll just delete this one. Once you add android, here at the bottom you will see some error. Just click on that button and it will ask you to click one checkbox. You just have to click on checkbox. In Godot 4.5.0 we have to click on that checkbox. In previous version we just have to click on that fix import button. So just about export project you will see some red color line, and you just have to click on that checkbox. Okay, then here I have enabled use Gradle build. Minimum SDK should be same what you have set for your Android project, so that's why I'm using 26 over here. I have checked all these checkboxes as well. And yeah, then you just need to go to project click on install Android build template, and for the very first time you have to download the Android build template and then click on install. So I have already done that. Once you do that, you should see this Android folder over here. Then you need to go to your Godot game engine, and inside that create a folder called add-ons. Inside that create a folder with your plugin name. Inside that create a folder called bin, and inside the my plugin folder as well you need to copy this export underscore plugin.gd and plugin.cfg file which we, so I'll just open a new tab as well to quickly show it to you. So here is my Android project. So inside my library export scripts template, so you just need to copy these two files inside over here. Now this .uid file was created automatically by Godot, so don't worry about that. Then inside bin create two folders, debug and release. Now inside the debug folder, so if you come over here inside terminal, here you can see build was successful, right? So inside inside build outputs AR, you should see these two AR files being generated. So you need to copy this debug AR file to the debug folder and release AR file to the release folder, and you need to change the name. So whatever is your plugin name -release.ar, similarly for release whatever is your plugin name -debug.ar. So I have already copy pasted it. Then you need to go to project settings, go to plugins, and make sure you check this particular checkbox as well. And inside scene I have just taken one node 2D. I have attached one script to this, and make sure you run it as well so that your root scene is selected before you try to run it on your Android device, sorry. Here first define your plugin name. Here I have defined one variable called Android plugin. Inside ready, if engine has this singleton of plugin, then we initialize it and we connect the error signal as well. And that's it. It will automatically occupy the entire UI of your screen to show the camera preview. So if you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.